Hello everyone. Today I'm just going to give you an update on Jabbo's Minimoog here. This is actually one that I had the last video and it was in pieces. I've managed to get most of it back together. I've just kind of put some things back together just to test out some of the work I did. But anyways, I rebuilt the keyboard assembly. I restained and sanded, I sanded his wood cabinet and restained it. And got all that looking nice. Put new Moog logos on it. A new interface panel, and it really looks good. Electronically I'm working on it now. He still has a few issues with his electronics, one being his contour generator, which I've actually got his circuit board outside of it. This actually holds your two contour generators in your keyboard circuit, and basically he's got a contour generator for his amplifier circuit that just stays open. It'll just run a constant decay and never bleed off. So that's an issue there. But on top of that, he still has a few issues with some potentiometers. The big problem is that somebody before me worked on this thing to clean the pots, and they actually glued them together. And these Allen Bradley brand potentiometers are not easy to get, so I'm looking for a good replacement and doing some research on that. But anyways, as you can hear, which I'll turn it up here. As you can hear, it's very powerful. Actually, turn it down just a hair. It works real well. I got most of it 100% working, using my spare board in his right now. But anyways, also what I'd like to do is kind of show you the layouts. I know a lot of people have asked me how the boards go inside of a Minimoog, and this is for a few of you guys. Atrox, which is the YouTube name of Martin Peters. I believe I'm getting his name right. Actually asked me on one of my videos if I could ever show how the boards go into Minimoog. So I'm going to do so. Well, basically I got this one all opened up, as you can see, and I've actually got the front interface propped open with one of my big capacitors I use for some testing, and a box of hot tamales. So very professional. But anyways, what you've got is you got four boards that make up the Minimoog. And as you can see, this bottom half is actually hinged, so you can actually loosen these boards to actually screw into the front interface. You can take the screws out and this whole chassis will drop, so you can actually leave the boards installed and work on it with it powered up like I'm doing now. But what you've got these four boards, as you can see, and this is your oscillator board. This is your contour generator and keyboard circuit board, which is just like the board I've got laying over there. This is your voltage controlled amplifier and voltage control filter. And I think this board also holds the input signal overdrive circuitry. And then that's your power supply. And so basically that makes up the inside of your Minimoog. And of course, if you look in the back, you'll see all the backs of your potentiometers and the wiring harness. And then you've got your transformer, and also you do have a little rectifier and ripple filtering board over here, which has these capacitors with your Wheatstone bridge rectifier diodes, and that's basically where it does its pre-filtering before it gets to the power supply. But anyways, that's kind of a look of the inside of a Minimoog. And if I can, I'd also like to show you the actual buffer board I talk about. This was installed on later Moogs, and actually was a factory update that you could actually do. And his actually has it, and I'm going to see if I can get in there to see it. Yeah, there you can kind of see it. It's that little board right there with the three chips on it. That's actually your buffer board. And you know, I think if you remember from watching my other video on this Minimoog, I showed you these two screws here, and that's actually how you can tell if you've got the buffer board, by those two screws. And that actually helps the ranging of your synth. And because basically I've got a 72 Minimoog, and it doesn't have the buffer board. It's very old. and it actually has Moog circuit boards in it, and so it's all over the place. you turn your range pots, and they just, or your range switches should I say, and it just goes all over the place. So you're constantly having to retune. Where this one here, when I go between octave ranges, it stays pretty stable. I'll see if I can set it up here so I can show you how it works. Now this one still needs calibration, but you can hear how it's not way off, and really the reason it's off like it is right now is because I actually need to calibrate the oscillator board itself. I still got to pull the LHC board here out. As you can see, it's still dirty and nasty. I really just stuck it in here so I could wire everything up for testing. But really, this is his Minimoog, and it's coming along really nice. Really nice. I put some deoxit in all the switches, and got all the switches real clean, and I actually used deoxit D100, so it's some of the strongest stuff you can get, and really eats away corrosion very well. Like I said, the only thing I've really got to do now is finish cleaning some of his potentiometers, and see if I can get some good replacements for a few of them, and you know, really just kind of finish this thing up. But I'm trying to make everything as factory spec as possible, because that's how I do things. I don't like to do any kind of rigging unless it's just really needed, like I've done on some of the ARP stuff and things where, you know, really just changing out with modern sliders and things like that help. In this case, this is a Minimoog. You don't really have to do too much because it was well designed to begin with. So it's mainly just do some updating to a few things and make it a good instrument like it once was. But it's coming along great. But also what I'd like to show is actually the Polymoog I've been working on as well, which I got David's Polymoog in the other room. So we'll walk over to my music room here. So here we are in my music room. Of course it's a mess right now, so you have to excuse all the wiring and stuff. But also here's my Minimoog. This is 1972, and you can see the clear modulation pitch wheels and different kind of interface material. And so that's my Minimoog. But anyways, here's David Coltai's Polymoog, which is the ones I've been working on for a long time. And just to give an update on it, I've actually went through all his circuit boards and replaced all the capacitors, all the ceramic disc caps, tantalum caps, and just pretty much went through the whole thing. And got it sounding really good. Still got to calibrate it. And I'm still fighting a 60 hertz hum. I haven't been able to figure out where it comes from yet. And of course I got his power supply out right now because I'm actually rebuilding it right now. It's on my table downstairs. And so anyways, this is what I've had going on for the last couple of months. It's been crazy. On top of my full-time job, it gets to be a handful, but it's well worth it because I enjoy this stuff very much. And you know, it's just always fun to come home and play music and work on this stuff. And of course I've still got my synthesizer.com modular I hadn't even talked about yet. And I've had it now for almost 12 months. Got a few more modules coming in. I actually just ordered them yesterday, as a matter of fact. So got those coming in. And very excited to make a video on it eventually here as soon as I get some time. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching once again, and I'll have more updates soon. Take care.